Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Legs, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there and it inspires me to keep creating. I do have a channel membership for just $1 extra a month if you would like to go that extra mile to support the channel. And I would like to say a huge thank you to my members, you guys, and my subscribers, and just anyone who engages and interacts with the videos. You guys all continue to help this YouTube journey for me and make it really fun and inspiring. Today, we are going to be getting back into none other than Love Island Season 7, Episode 4. Another very good episode. I think so far, this first week of episodes has been really good, really solid. Let's jump on into it because you know we left off on a cliffhanger yesterday. Okay, and just a quick disclaimer before we begin, because it's kind of started already. I just want to get this out of the way. If you cannot handle your faves being critiqued, this is probably not the channel for you. This is media commentary at the end of the day, and everybody, one point or another, is likely going to catch the smoke on this channel. Just because I say something that either you don't agree with or is not 100% positive and singing somebody's praises, one, does not mean I don't like them, and two, does not mean that you have to insult me, insult my intelligence, or insult other people who disagree with you in the comment section. I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. If the comments get out of control, you will be blocked. Okay, your comments will be deleted, and if you continue to spam comments, you will be blocked. It will be in full effect this season. I want this to be fun. I want this to be pleasant. This is all in jest, y'all. I have made it very clear who my favorite people on this show is, and there are plenty of podcasts out there who for 45 minutes will sit here and sing everyone's praises, never say anything negative, just gas up certain people, and you can go check those out. I have always been more of a critical reviewer, and I give positives and negatives. And just because I said something, let's say yesterday, does not even mean that I necessarily feel the same way the next day or in the next few days. This show moves so fast, opinions change so quickly. It's all in jest, and I am allowed to have my opinion in the same way y'all are. So let's make sure we keep it fun this season. I want us all to have a good time here. Now let's get into the recap. So we are, of course, hot on the heels of Jeremiah doing his, Jeremiah is literally crashing out.
She told me this whole time.
By the time, hypothetically, if we do the whole goddamn thing and win this shit,
he's having his little meltdown all about Huda dropping the bomb that, of course, she has a 4-year-old daughter. Now, Jeremiah does end up saying that he does not want this to be the thing that ends them. Huda is doing a lot of word salading, and you can definitely tell that Huda has a lot of insecurity regarding the fact that she is a young mother, which I feel to be very sad. I know there's a lot of shame, a lot of stigma, and let's be for real, I guarantee you she's probably had experiences in the real world where she has been rejected because she has a daughter, but she's doing a lot of word salading because Jeremiah's like, I don't know, like, I just can't believe that you have a baby. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was a sex room or something. I didn't think that that was what you were gonna say. Huda's, coming back like, no, it's not a baby. She's 4, she's 4 years old. She's cool. She loves sports. She loves makeup. She's cool. And I'm like, Huda, your child is a baby. A 5-year-old is a young child, or a 4-year-old. She's not even 5-year-old. You have a young child. So to me, I was like, okay. You could definitely tell there was a lot of internalized feelings that Huda has around the situation. And I'm not denying that maybe she loves her daughter, of course, but I do think that there is definitely a part of her that wants to sort of be able to disconnect that part so she can be seen as the 24-year-old hottie and get that guy. And I just found it to be very sad. They do go back and forth for a little while about things, but Jeremiah says, hey, look, I feel like we have a pretty strong connection in here. I like liking you. I want to continue with things. And I feel like, hey, if we do make it to the end of this all, maybe once we get out there, it won't be that bad since we'll have a strong foundation. And I was like, oh no, not y'all talking about outside of here. I'm going to keep it real with you. Jeremiah is playing the game. Jeremiah is playing the game. I feel like Jeremiah right now doesn't really have a whole lot of other connections. And I think that I could see a world where Jeremiah is literally playing till the end to get that money, to get the followers, to get the brand deals, and then he's not cool with it because something about it told me he wasn't cool. He even admitted in the confessional that typically speaking, a child would have been an auto deal breaker, but because he likes her, he's going to make an exception. And let's keep it real. Usually when people say that, that's just not true. So we're gonna have to see with these two. But as of right now, they hug it and kiss it out, and apparently they are supposedly good. Nick and Bella also have a conversation, and let me tell you, the Nick internal spiral still continues on and on.
That bar is high. Like scary high.
It's a little high, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit.
He says that he's not very shocked by her only having one boyfriend, but he now feels like the bar is very, very high because she's only had that one boyfriend. For Bella, she's like, I really hope I didn't scare you off in the earlier conversation, that conversation they had on the pier where she basically told him, make a choice. The ball is in your court. Nick is now saying, oh, well, I'm not gonna lie, I actually really liked when you flirted with me. So once again, Nick is roped back into Bella. All of a sudden, now that Bella is being a little more aggressive with it, he's on Bella. When Sierra's more aggressive on it, he's on Sierra. Nick, I'm watching you. There's also a little bit of buzz and chatter from some of the other guys. Austin is discussing how he feels like it's super weird that Bella only has a body count of 1. I'm like, okay, Mr. Thousands. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Austin, because ew. Anywho, it is almost time for bed. Sierra and Nick do also have a chat.
I think I am nervous that I maybe like him more than he likes me. And that's a really uncomfortable feeling because I feel like...
And basically Sierra's like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm in a pretty awkward situation between me and Bella. I feel like you're kind of 50-50 on us when I was under the impression you were all on me. And again, hey, so weren't we all? Nick has no idea what he wants. But essentially she's pretty much trying to push him to make a decision. Maybe not right in that moment, but she's basically saying that this is not gonna work for her if it's going to be back and forth, this tug of war. Bella also says a very similar thing, either in this episode or the last episode. So both girls are fully aware that Nick is kind of flip-flopping between the two of them. And again, whoever Nick's in front of is suddenly his dream girl. So Sierra does admit in the confessional that she realizes that putting all of her eggs in Nick's basket was a mistake and that she should not have done that because now she kind of mistakenly has shut out all of the other guys and has not bothered to make connections. I agree, Sierra. That joint might get you sent home because we know we're having a recoupling on Sunday and we're going to see who Nick's going to pick. I'm very, very interested to see where Nick really is at. So Huda fills in Shelly about telling Jeremiah about her daughter, his reaction. Huda does feel good that that weight is sort of off her chest. However, even though Jeremiah claims that he's okay with it, she's not sure how he feels inside 100%. So Huda is aware that it's a possibility that Jeremiah is a little bit on the fence. But look, at the end of the day, no matter what, Jeremiah needed to know. So Huda, hey, you know what? Regardless of how he feels, he was going to feel that way, whether you told him now or whether you told him later. Now it is time for bed. So not much of note in the bed scenes, but we do still see Huda and Jeremiah making out in the bed. So as I said, I guess the two of them are going to pretend that this is nothing. But we get to the morning. We see Nick having a conversation. And remember, at the end of last night, we think Nick is onto Bella. He's finally feeling that she's being a little more assertive. But he actually confirms to the guys that he would still like to pursue Sierra. Even though he likes Bella, he wants to pursue Sierra. Stay tuned for the rest of the episode, child. Now, Jeremiah is telling the guys about the conversation that he and Huda had because, of course, everyone saw what was going on up there. He just basically tells them that she was saying a lot about herself and hoping that he would still like her even though she revealed certain things. So he didn't exactly say that she has a kid, but there was also some speculation that Charlie knows that she has a kid because he's a bombshell and he's been watching. At least Charlie has not said anything if he has, and it does definitely seem like, at least the way the edits are framed, that most of the talk about Huda's daughter, if any, is either cut out or it's non-existent. But whether the bombshells know or not, it's not clear. I don't think so because Sierra didn't know. We see Huda having a conversation later in the morning where she says, Sierra, I just wanted to get closer to you. So I don't know that it's fully true that the bombshells knew that Huda has a child, but I've seen some people speculating about that online. So Shelly and Austin have a conversation and Austin is essentially like, Do you see this going further romantically? Where do you see us going? Shelly does admit that she does not see a spark right now. She just sees them as friends. And Austin's like, oh, I'm the same way. Thank God there's no more pressure on this whole thing. Thank God we could just talk, chill, and there's no pressure to go further. I'm like, Austin, put this man in a Broadway play or something. You never liked Shelly. You are not fooling me, but whatever. Finally, we can both have them admit it. And so it's very, very clear. So Charlie, Nick, and Austin, they are also having a conversation, and Charlie is definitely feeling some type of way that the girls are not into him. He's talking about how he's not the American guy that the girls are used to, so maybe they're not really feeling him for that reason. He does say though that he does not want to give up in this house, and he does want to continue to try. And you know what, Charlie, you just need to wait. You are the type of guy that a bombshell or somebody will definitely like you. Unfortunately, you came into a cast where I don't think the girls are very much interested in him and Austin. I'm just going to keep it real. I don't think they're his, I just think that's the case, but there will definitely be girls that will come in and they will be interested in you. So just you wait, okay? Charlie does recognize, though, that he does need to change the vibe from the game yesterday, because remember, a lot of the girls are on to the fact that he was not telling the truth during the questions. He was definitely trying to find loopholes in what was going on. Now they get a text and they find out that today's game is baseball. The girls get a text that they need to draft their dream team, aka pick the 4 guys that you want to go to first base, second base, third base, and finally hit a home run with in the game. And you will let us know. We'll see you go around this obstacle course and you're going to do all kinds of crazy and nasty stuff. Let's jump into this baseball game.
Girls like to tackle each of the 4 bases. One at a time, the girls will announce their lineup of who they want to score at each, and Ace is 4.
All right, so we get into this game. We see this obstacle course. First up, we have Huda. Her dream team, first base, she wants to go with Taylor. Second, Nick. Third, Ace, and fourth, Jeremiah. So they have to go all around this course, ripping people's clothes off, carrying a baseball between their 2 mouths, kissing with something in their mouth. And then lastly, when you hit that home run, you're gonna make out with them right inside the little heart photo booth, and that's what's that. So you know already Huda was happy that to get her little man, her man could show off. Let's jump on to Alandrea. So Alandrea wants to go to first base with Nick, second with Charlie, third with Ace, and last with Taylor. Okay, good for them. Look, the 2 of them have made up. They're all kissy. It's cute. Maybe they'll find a spark there. I don't see it yet between the 2 of them, the spark, but it was cute in the game. Next up, we have Sierra. First, she wants to be with Charlie, then Taylor, Austin, and finally go to fourth base with Nick. Let me tell you though, every single guy on that thing was making out with Sierra. Technically, she could still be a free agent. She's a bombshell. She just came in. So I could definitely understand them making their moves. But woo, it was hot in that room. All of these people all over Sierra. Anyway, next up, we have Shelly. Shelly wants to go to first base with Charlie, next with Taylor, then with Austin. And whoo, during that makeout session, she and Austin was all... Ooh, he's lifting her up. He's grabbing some. I'm like, whoa. I thought y'all just broke it off. So what is this? What are we doing here? But baby, they was into that joint. And lastly, Ace. And all I had to say, Shelly and Ace, go get a room, you 2. I know this Love Island, get you to a room, because clearly the tension between y'all is high. It is very, very high. Last up, we have Bella, and the big question, is Bella gonna play the game? Is she not gonna play the game? She has this strict no kiss policy.
I decided to kiss the boys.
Let's jump into it. Bella's first base is Charlie, then Taylor, then Ace, and last base she wants to go with Nick. When I tell you, Bella was on that course kissing. Everybody's like, oh my God, yes, girl. Bella done got out of that comfort zone. She is making out with Charlie as we see Nick's face from the sideline or from the fourth base like, what is that? Nick is looking like, I didn't know she could do all that. Hold on. And you know Nick, he is just looking for he's looking for a little fun. So when he sees that Bella has that fun side to her, we know Nick's internal battle is gonna start yet again. Baby, she was kissing Taylor. Oh my Lord, those two were kissing for so long. Bella definitely came out of her shell. Thank goodness, because you know what? It was gonna be, let's keep it real, she was probably gonna go home if she did not come out of that shell a little bit. I don't know if it saved her, but at least we see that she's willing to have a little bit of fun. And of course, we get to Nick. And mind you, Nick was a little jealous. Nick was like, oh, she do all that? Hold up now. Nick was like, wait a minute. So she, of course, makes out with Nick, and he is trying to grip and grab, and ain't nothing to grip and grab. But he was trying to do it. But baby, we see a little Jeep coming down the road. This was a Traders-esque scene, by the way, them driving down that little tree-filled road, and out come two new bombshells.
Right, but they've been interrupted by two new bombshells, Hannah and Amaya.
We have Hannah 26 and Hannah 23 and Amaya 25. They pull up to the game, and as you know, Ace is in that confessional already saying, wow, they come up looking good as hell. Ace is looking for a little piece of anything, let me tell you. So now it is time for the bombshells to pick their lineup. We have Hannah, new bombshell. She picks Austin for first base, Jeremiah for second base, Charlie for third base, and Nick for fourth base. Ooh. Well, now when she's kissing Austin, her top actually gets stuck and it starts to come off. She's like, my top is off, my top is off. I'm like, okay. Huda, she is, ciao.
Be so for real.
When it gets to Jeremiah, Huda's on the sidelines like, I'm like, girl, this ain't your man yet. Huda and Jeremiah, they are doing entirely too much. Y'all are not even locked in fully yet. But Huda's face, you already see her starting to seethe on the sidelines like, anyway, Charlie, baby, Charlie was going in for that kiss. Charlie wanted a little something, something. I don't know if Charlie knows he needs to play the game. I don't know if that's really Charlie's true type. I don't know what it is, but he wanted a little something, something. They was going in, and so did Nick. Okay, I was like, hold up, let me not find out now that Nick's gonna have a third in his little triangle that he got going on. I don't know, we'll see. So we have Amaya, second new bombshell. She chooses Charlie for first base, Nick for second base, Ace for third base, and Jeremiah for fourth base. Not much happens with the other three guys, but then we get to Jeremiah. And Huda is on the sidelines, legitimately about to cry. I was like, Huda, I know you're not doing this. I know you are not doing this right now. She's talking about do you not see what me and Jeremiah have? Why would she be like that? This bitch is messy. I'm like, what are you talking about? Huda is just as possessive as Jeremiah. I can't even put all of the possessiveness and territorialness and all that weirdness simply on him. It is the two of them that both have that toxic nature. It was a lot. You are not locked in. Girl, it is absolutely day 4. It is day 4. Let's not forget about that. Everyone's trying to cover Huda's eyes. Shelly and Alandrea, I believe they keep trying to cover her. She slaps off one of the hands. I was like, I know she's not doing this. And then she goes ahead and she flips the girl off. And I was like, Huda. Oh my God. I am speechless because I feel like Huda is the crash out queen. We are living in the land of Delulu because on day 4, people are already getting possessive and territorial and mad at their man. So we get back to the villa post game. The new girls are introducing themselves to the guys. Now, Jeremiah lets the girls know that he is absolutely not interested in anyone but Huda. I'm like, okay, you two, okay. I'm not buying your couple still, but all right. Nick, however, does say he is still open and still looking. So he is open to getting to know someone. And I was like, not Nick being the biggest menace. Not Nick being I feel like Nick is the way that a lot of people are describing Ace. A lot of people I feel like are describing Ace in a way that actually that's what Nick is doing. That's my hot take. So the girls, they're very, very proud of Bella for stepping out of her comfort zone. They are super, super happy that she actually had fun in the game. Bella feels good. And you know what? It was a little bit of a heartwarming moment. You know, the true Bergie of the show is Bella. Bella just stepped out on day 4, though. I feel like Bella is the true Bergie because she is the one that is needing a little coaching to get out of that comfort zone, a little coaching to have fun. But she did it, and good for her. Now, we also, of course, have Huda, who is crashing out over.
He handled that well. But I think that bitch is fucking messy. I couldn't even look at her.
This is what I will say. Just to be
Over here, she is talking about how she doesn't like the new girl. She doesn't like Amaya. That bitch is messy. She just isn't feeling her. And even Shelly and some of the other girls throughout the day try to tell her, like, girl, look, I mean, it's just a game. They're obviously all trying to play a game. So it is what it is. The new girls do end up coming over eventually, and they talk a little bit about what the guys said, what they were telling people, and one of the girls does let Huda know and the group know that everybody said they are open except for Jeremiah, who said that he is locked down. So you see that little smile on Huda's face. I'm like, you are doing too much. I really, really, really do not. Huda and Jeremiah, I don't know if they clearly think they're the villa mom and dad. They think that everyone is idolizing their relationship, that this is dream goals, couple goals, whatever. I'm just not feeling it. This is so laced in toxicity and territorialness and delusion, and I am just not feeling it personally. But hey, if you like the two of them and you think they're cute, I totally understand. It's just not for me. So Huda does start crying because yesterday she was so vulnerable and she revealed to Jeremiah that she's a mom. She says in the confessional, what's hers is hers, don't effing touch it. And then she does also reveal to Sierra that she's a mom because Sierra didn't know yet. So it's too much, Huda. It's too much. If on day 3 you're gonna be like this, babe, we are gonna get some epic meltdowns. I feel like people think that maybe the true fight is gonna be between Ace and Jeremiah. Look, I think the real fight is gonna be between Huda and whoever tries to come for her man, Jeremiah. I think that's gonna be the real fight. And I will be seated with my popcorn because it's about to be crazy. So we learn once again from Nick that now he is still 50-50 between Bella and Sierra. And I'm like, oh my Lord, Nick, if you don't make a decision right now, how are you going to be back and forth between these two women the entire time? It is time for nighttime. And as you know, the bombshells, they're going to make their way around having conversations. So Hannah and Austin have a conversation. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care. I think at some point, Austin said he has a high sex drive. He likes to get freaky. I just do not care. Now, Ace and Amaya, they do have a conversation.
How was the kiss earlier?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That was.
They talk a little bit about nursing. They talk about the kiss earlier. Ace said he does like it. He's being a little bit flirty. Amaya in the confessional is talking about how she knew that Ace would be a man of value, so she's considering it. And I think that's interesting that Amaya is the second person after Yulissa saying that Ace is a real man or whatever. He says things that a real man would say. 2 different girls now are like, Ace is a quality man. He is perfect. He is everything. Okay. Not sure what the ladies are seeing. I mean, I do think Ace has a nice and charismatic personality, but those nice and charismatic people are some of the worst ones. I feel like you need to watch out for people like that because they're either amazing and treat you well, or they are that person that is going to be a little bit too nice to everyone. And I think for me, that's starting to spark with Ace, where I think Ace is a little bit too friendly with all of the ladies, and I think boundaries can definitely get blurred there. So Shelly and Huda, they have a conversation.
I don't know her personally, but I don't like that. I don't fuck with it at all.
And Huda is still continuing to rant and rave. She thinks that Amaya is messy as F. She does not like her. She says any of you guys would feel the same way. And I'm like, Huda, shut up. What are you talking about? Nobody feels the same way as you do, girl. It is day 3. Nobody is clung on to a guy as heavily as you are. In the confessional, Shelly's like, I don't know. I feel like Huda is absolutely flipping out and spiraling about nothing. Jeremiah is very obviously and very clearly going nowhere. And I completely agree. He already told her that he's not interested in anybody else but you. What more do you need, girl? This is Love Island. If you want to just be in a solid relationship, just the two of y'all, get off of Love Island. Because guess what? Your man's going to have to kiss other people. And this is how you're going to respond every time? I got some questions, Huda. I'm sitting here saying Bella might not be cut out for this show, but I don't know. Huda, maybe you're not cut out for this show. Let's keep it 100. Bella and Nick, they talk up in soul ties, and Nick is letting Bella know that there was crazy chemistry after the kiss.
It's like 80-20 now.
You're lying.
No, after we had that kiss, there was like some crazy chemistry through that kiss.
Yeah.
And you did choose me as like the 4th.
And he tells her that he does want to take it further with her. So the two of them are talking back and forth. It's getting really steamy. They eventually start to make out. A lot and a lot and a lot. And I was like, whoa, what happened to that no kiss policy? No, I'm joking. And in the confessional, Bella is like, I don't love how Nick flip-flops so fast between two girls. I am still aware of that, but I really do like him and I really do want to take it further with him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl is setting herself up for disaster because at the end of the day, Nick, I kid you not, Nick is literally going to flip a coin probably and pick who he's gonna pick. Whoever is in front of Nick is his dream girl. Whoever is in front of Nick, he has crazy chemistry with. He's never had a connection like that. It's undeniable. Whichever girl is in front of him, there is absolutely nothing setting Nick apart between these two people. I cannot believe this. Charlie and Hannah have a little conversation on the dock with
old school Katy Perry in the gym recently. literally, like, but everyone's probably thinking I'm listening to some gangster rap and I'm just getting it down to Teenage Dream.
I love that.
which I think is good because Charlie, you need to start getting yourself out there. Now, Hannah says Charlie is the embodiment of her type and they make out. And I'm like, okay, here we go, Charlie. I told you a girl would be here for you. Charlie also does like Hannah. So we'll see where that goes. There's a recoupling on Sunday, so that might become something. Bella and Alandrea, Bella is filling in Alandrea about everything that happened with Nick, how they kissed so much.
Run it back. And so we ran it back.
And how was it?
It was good. It was good. It was
I
good.
know that's right. I know that's right. It's
How she feels so proud of herself for getting out of her comfort zone. She is just literally cheesing from ear to ear, feeling like things are going amazingly with Nick. Like she's finally been able to break out of that shell as Nick pulls Sierra for a chat. Nick and Sierra literally walk past the room that they are in. Now Nick is sitting down. He's like, cheers. Cheers to our second night as a couple. Cheers to the baseball game. Cheers. Nick says that he still feels like these two also have a big connection. They are cuddling in the speakeasy. They are making out in the photo booth. We hear him again talk about in the confessional how he has an undeniable connection with Sierra, but he still has Bella in the back of his head. And we end this episode off with the two of them making out in that photo booth. Then we get the preview. Sunday night. It is a recoupling. It is a recoupling. And baby, I'm not gonna lie, I am seated because I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen in this recoupling. So if you made it to this point of the video, that means you liked the video. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there and it inspires me to keep creating. I do have a $1 channel membership if you are interested. I also have recapped episodes 1 through 3. So if you have not checked those episodes out, go ahead. And remember, these are all my opinions. This is just commentary. It is just in jest. Nothing is set in stone. This is not wrote on a stone tablet. I do not know these people personally. So if you disagree with me, that is okay. But let's make sure we keep it respectful in the comments. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys on Sunday night. Bye.